Assalamu alaikum and good greetings. So today I'll be watching a video titled Why do Muslims believe that Jesus is the Messiah? Question mark. Rabbi Tovia singer response. So I'm assuming this video is about or from the perspective of a Jewish rabbi about why Muslims believe that Jesus is the Messiah. That's actually that's my assumption or my anticipation based on the title of the video. If the question is directed to me, why do Muslims believe that Jesus is the Messiah? My simple answer is simply because the Quran says so. Right? Several places you can see that Al-Masih Isa ibn Maryam, Al-Masih Isa ibn Maryam, right? The Messiah, Isa or Jesus, the son of Maryam or Mary. So it's quite clear in the Quran, the Isa, the son of Mary, is stated as the Messiah, Al-Masih. Yeah, I'm interested to know what will be explained in this video. Without further ado, let's watch.
I hope to encourage you who are interested in these things that really matter. They really matter. To really go back to the original sources. Like, I didn't quote a single scholar tonight. Why? Because, like, we want to know, what does the original text say? Let's go back to the original. Let's, read it for yourself, right? And on that note, I encourage you to buy my books. I'm kidding. You
can't see me, but I actually showed them earlier. Can I have a bonus round question as we go? One small one. I don't want a lot of time from you. Just a simple question.
Go for it.
All right.
Okay, so this is at the end of some podcast, I think.
Why do Muslims keep Jesus in their tradition? I mean, even they had rabbis. They knew rabbis. They knew the rabbinic literature. At least it appears to me from the scholarship I've been digging into. They knew this. And they saw how Jews looked at Jesus as not the Messiah, but they venerated him in some degree. They seem to want to have a different kind of Jesus than what we even see in the Gospels. Can you give us just a two-minute something on this?
So this really fits so neatly into what we were just discussing. So Muslims are using the term Mashiach about Jesus, Isa. Christians are using the term Messiah about what they believe in. Jews use the term Messiah. We don't believe in Jesus. But the key is that Christians, Jews, and Muslims mean something really different. Thank you. So that's a great question. For example, let's go to the heart of the matter. To Muslims, first of all, Jesus was a prophet, no more. The highest form of prophet, a Rasul, which means he came with the Sharia, which means a message, a written message that was for the generation, whatever. But he was the highest order of prophet. That's what he was, okay? But Muslims don't believe that Jesus was the son of King David. So it's very different, really different. They don't believe, I want you to listen to that again. Muslims do not believe that Jesus was the son of King David or the fulfillment of a Davidic covenant. It's not because Muslims don't like David. David is a really important prophet in the Quran and in the Hadith and everywhere, okay? So it's someone very different who came with a message for the Jewish people essentially to repent. Jews didn't accept him, and he has the only thing you could say that in common is that there's the eschatology that Jesus will return in the Islamic view. He'll return and for 40 years will reign, get married, have babies, and then die because he didn't die yet, and there's a grave next to Muhammad which is set aside for him. So thank you, whoever asked that question. Thank you.
That was me.
Thank you, Derek. So that's perfect. So here, be very careful. We're using a similar language, but Muslims detest the notion that Jesus was divine. The Trinity is attacked in the Quran directly, unambiguously, even more than Tanakh, because the Trinity is spelled out in the Quran. So, and they hate Paul. Correctly, Muslims are so right on this, that they detest the idea of vicarious atonement. All that they see is and they're absolutely correct, a grotesque Paul iteration that, of course, emerges in the modern Gospels of Mark 10:45 and Matthew 20, verse 28, and so on. So that's grotesque to Islam. So, but we have to be very careful.
So, from what I can capture is that he actually is really on the same page on the view towards what he just mentioned, that meaning Islam and Judaism have the same view of the portrayal, etc., from Paul, right? So on that note, meaning that if Muslim, Jews and Christian sits together on the same table discussing on that issue, then it would be that Christian is on one side, Muslim and Jews on the other side, right? But of course earlier on, of course in terms of Jesus as well, Christian is on a different side, but Muslim and Jews, because it's not really on the same side, because if I understand correctly, they really do not have Jesus anywhere, while in Christianity it's divine, and in Islam it's Prophet and Rasul, right? But what is because the question is why, right? So I'm interested to know, is it going to be answered?
Very careful, because we're using the same word, but we mean something quite different.
Okay, that's the end. So he is pointing out that the view towards Jesus is different. I'm not sure whether he's pointing out because we use the same word but the meaning is different. Is it referring to the word Messiah or towards what? Yeah, I'm not sure what's because this is not from Christianity, right? Because from Christianity, when we say Christian says he's the Messiah, Muslims say yes, Al-Masih, the Messiah. How the connotation attached to that word can be very different, because some Christians actually think that that word constitute or directly means divine. And of course, from Muslim, why? What do you mean? That word itself doesn't mean divine, right? And we can go to the word itself, the root word of itself. It doesn't imply divine. Divine is something else. But of course, our view towards Jesus is different. But I'm trying to connect the dot between how, because maybe I'm not that familiar of how Jewish faith or Judaism see Jesus as. Perhaps I have to look up the full podcast to know what have been explained before, and I believe they go to discuss with respect to the biblical accounts. Anyway, that's it. I'm interested to know the answer to it, but I'm not sure whether the answer there in the short clip actually answer why do Muslims believe Jesus is the Messiah. But of course, I give you the answer at the beginning. It's because the Quran says Al-Masih, Isa ibn Maryam. So we say yes, Isa. We believe the Quran is from Allah. Hence, everything inside it must be true, because it's from the Creator Himself. Thank you for watching. See you next time.